All right. So, I haven't done one of these in a very long time, but I'm eating my little PBJ and figured for my own mental health, I should probably talk out loud for a little while. So, where are we at? So, we have done 4 IUI attempts, all of which have failed. And the last one was in August 2022. And then in January of 2023, I did an egg retrieval that started the IVF process. Well, I started the IVF process and have done and did an egg retrieval. That egg retrieval resulted in 12 eggs retrieved, 9 fertilized, 6 made it to blastocyst stage. No, I'm lying. 9 fertilized. 9 mature, 6 fertilized. And then of the 6 that were fertilized, 4 of them made it to the blastocyst stage, which is on day 6. So basically it's when all the cells divide, and then in the blastocyst stage is when it starts to emerge out of the egg. And then we made the decision to have our embryos genetic tested for any chromosomal abnormalities. So the 4 went and were tested, and of those 4, 3 of them were genetically normal and 1 was not, which we already kind of knew because one of them was a really poor quality embryo. So I wasn't surprised by that. So basically we have 3 fertilized embryos that were put on ice. On February 21st, which was this Monday, we did an embryo transfer. And so I am on day 4 post-embryo transfer. And I started testing immediately, which it's like, I don't know why I torture myself. It's terrible. So I did that. And then I was actually I got a positive test the first day after transfer, the second day after transfer, and the third day after transfer. And when I tested this morning, it was negative. And at first I was freaking out. And then I realized that the Saturday before I went for my embryo transfer, I did an HCG wash. So basically they just squirt HCG solution up. And I'm so dumb that I didn't think about that, because obviously that's going to create a false positive, because HCG is the hormone that your pregnancy test picks up. So that's why I was getting some very, very, very faint positive tests so quickly after the embryo transfer. I tested today. It was very negative. And I also had to go today to do blood work for my estrogen levels and my progesterone levels. My estrogen level raised about 14 from 174 to 186. And then my progesterone was 120.6 before. And then today it was 120. So it decreased just slightly. The nursing staff emailed me and said those levels are in range and that I need to just continue the course of treatment as it's going now. So I guess it's not bad news, but I don't really know if implantation occurred, if I should be seeing a large increase in numbers or what. So I'm in my head a bit about that. I'm in my head a bit about the negative tests that I've been taking. And even though I know it's okay, because logically I know it's okay that I haven't tested positive, because it makes sense. That's too early. But it's still really hard. And It's hard also because it feels like if this time fails, then I fail. Like, what else has to be done medically? Like, they're literally putting an embryo inside of me, and my body just has to accept it. And so, and there's just so much that goes along with this process, that the thought of having to do it again is like super overwhelming. The great thing about it is that we do still have 2 embryos that are genetically healthy. So it's not like I would have to be doing a full egg retrieval over again, which that procedure was rough. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a lot of pain afterwards, and it was just very uncomfortable. And it required a lot of shots ahead of time. There were so many shots that I had to take on my abdomen, and then it was just a lot. So the ability to just take the transfer medications, although still a lot, helps some, because I know that it's not the entire thing. I just don't know when we would do another transfer, because this upcoming month I'm traveling a lot for work, and there's just so many monitoring appointments that I don't know that I'd be able to fit it in. And the following month, I'm quite sure that during my cycle, we are going to be visiting family out of state. So I don't know that we would be able to try again until May, which sucks. And there are other things, about this that are hard. The medication that I have to take sort of in this 2-week wait period, I have to take progesterone and oil, and that is an injection, an intramuscular injection. So the needle is quite large, and it goes right into my butt muscle. So my butt is very bruised, and it's uncomfortable, but it's what we need to do for now. And so I'm kind of bucking up and doing it. And then, of course, the progesterone suppositories are just gross, but they just are what they are. So that's not really a big issue. Yeah. So I think that, we're in the 2-week wait. I test again on the I go to get my beta blood work test on the 22nd, and that will tell us definitively if I'm pregnant or not. And I'm sure that I will continue testing every fucking day, because I'm a maniac. But yeah, it's such a weird, it's a very weird position to be in, to want something so terribly bad, and to know that the amount of control that I have over whether or not it's successful is slim. I mean, there are certainly things to do, like try to eat well, try to, keep your stress levels down, try to exercise lightly. Sure. And those things are great. And I'm trying to do those. But it's very challenging to not sort of just get wrapped up in it. So anyway, I'm here. I'm waiting it out. I'm hoping and praying that I can come back and watch this and be beaming with a smile, because I have a baby in me right now and I don't know it yet. That would be the greatest gift. But there's also a side of me that is very much pessimistic, and having failed with IUI 4 times before this, it is challenging to keep the hope alive, because every time that negative test comes back, it it rubs up against that hope. And so I'm trying, but it just, it is what it is. And I need to get out of my head and stop thinking about it. But anyway, I don't know why talking to myself on my phone is helpful, but I don't really have friends that I can talk. I mean, I have friends, but I have one friend that has been through IVF. But I also, don't really want to burden them, the people that I love, with this talk that they have never experienced and that they also just sort of can't really give me much on. Besides telling me that, of course, that they love me and that they support me. But it can be a very isolating feeling, even with my partner, because it is a feeling of failing her, when it doesn't happen. So, but we're thinking positive, happy, go with it. Anyway, I am way over time for my lunch, so I need to go back to work. But, yeah, today's February 17th. And hopefully I'll have good news in the next few days. Okay, bye.